I agree to this recording.
Uh, hey, everybody, it's Christina with Emerald Bodywork, and I am here with our April Student of the Month, Natalie Muir. So happy to see you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks for being here. I'm so excited to feature you this month. Just a little background on us. We met because you were searching for a prenatal class. Right.
Yes. Middle and postpartum course. Yes.
Yeah. It came all the way to Dallas to see us and do the class. And so I'm so thankful. And I'm so glad that you came up on our it's truly a random drawing for Student of the Month. And when your name came up, I was like, yay, I get to do Student of the Month for April. Amy and I alternate it. So I'm just so happy to see you again. And we've had a little bit of a conversation before this interview just to see where you are and what you're doing and what you've done with the class from Emerald. So I'm going to let you take it away. I want you to introduce yourself and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. Well, my name is Natalie Muir. I am a licensed massage therapist in the state of Washington. I practice in Bellingham, Washington, and in Anacortes, Washington. I perform, or my style of massage is a therapeutic approach, just applying massage and various types of body work to just help support people on their own health and wellness journey. But I took the class, I guess two classes with Emerald Bodywork because I wanted to specialize and do specialize in prenatal, postpartum, and infant massage. My goal is to educate myself so that I can provide services to help support families as they transition and go through their own rites of passage. And so currently I am practicing privately, performing therapeutic massage, prenatal massage, postpartum, and infant massage. And then I also teach infant massage workshops at a birth and wellness cooperative, a nonprofit organization based out of Anacortes, Washington, that is called the Holding Space. And that's what they do. They just hold space for resources for new families, and specifically women as they transition from, well, I guess various. They support during menstruation and puberty, but also the transition into parenthood. Excuse me. Parenthood, and then also the transition through menopause for women. And so there's various practitioners in different disciplines that provide support and just a source of a resource for our community.
That's beautiful. I don't know if I've heard of that type of wheelhouse for women. It is definitely not where we live. If it exists here in Dallas, I'm not aware of it. This is beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. They just opened last summer. So I think it was about July or August of 2022 was their opening house. And it's just a group of fantastic women, a midwife, and Navy, I believe she was a Navy nurse. And so there's several military veterans that work in the nonprofit. And so there's midwife, OBGYN, and several doulas, a lactation consultant, a dietitian and nutritionist, yoga classes. There's workshops and classes for people to take just to become part of a community where they feel, especially in Anacortes, Washington, it is, although there's not a Navy base there, there's a Navy base in an adjacent city. And so there's lots of military families, and therefore a lot of women who don't really have physical support for them, and maybe in a new place where they don't have family or they don't have friends that can be their tribe or their village. And so the holding space is there just to provide that for anyone who needs it, whether or not they are military. But because of their background, they just felt drawn to that specific group and wanted to cater to their needs. And there really isn't anything like that. I haven't come across anything where it's not just a birth center. It's not just for people who are giving birth or pregnant, but it's also just supporting people as they go through these natural transitions that, in all honesty, and in my opinion, our society has kind of dropped the ball in providing support during those periods of time. So it feels like a huge honor that I was asked to join the team as kind of the massage therapist. So I absolutely love it. And I haven't started teaching infant massage workshops on my own. The capacity in which I've been teaching is we have a workshop called It's a Baby, and it's for parents who haven't yet birthed their baby. So anytime during gestation, any trimester, mother and partner can come in, or mother and support person can come in and learn about mental. There's also, I forgot to mention, a mental health counselor that also provides support there. But so all of the practitioners, we just present information, and I get to bring out the baby dolls and everyone practice basic techniques. But during that workshop, I mainly focus on reading nonverbal cues, something that maybe first-time parents won't be familiar with right away. The massage techniques can be learned and are more relevant when baby arrives, but nonverbal cues and assessing when baby's ready to engage and when baby's not wanting to engage is something that you might not think about until after baby leaves you guessing.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's neat. I was actually just kind of reading up on some of that and how to read baby cries and natural reflexes that come out vocally in the cries and things like that. It's very interesting. That's something I haven't delved into. Well, just recently out of curiosity, scrolling through YouTube and came across something. So now you're saying something about it. I'm like, what on earth? It's so interesting. So yeah. Gosh, what a neat opportunity. That's such a neat opportunity. So did you tell me when you got your license as a therapist? How long have you been licensed?
So I received my license in July 2022. So I'm just a baby.
Oh my gosh. But I'm going to say, when I had you in class, I did not feel like you were new to the field at all. I mean, I just felt like I honestly, I probably wouldn't have asked that had I realized it was just 22, because I don't want you to sound like a newbie, because when you're live and in person, you've got it together. And I didn't see you as a newbie to the field at all. So you're really in your element when you're working, and I think it's really cool. So yeah. So okay, what brought you to the field of massage? How'd you get here?
Oh wow. So I had received massage several times, mostly in adulthood, and a couple prenatal massage, but I actually hadn't had much experience with it until I was diagnosed with Lyme disease. And the Western medical approach is several rounds of intravenous antibiotics, very intense. Usually they have clinics that you would go in and spend a week or two, and it can be helpful for some, but the success rates are really low. And for me, the proportionality kind of benefit to risk ratio just wasn't in my favor for that. And so I decided to pursue and educate myself in various forms of kind of natural and alternative therapies and see if I could find relief there. And I started to see a massage therapist, a craniosacral therapist, and an acupuncturist, along with my naturopath and a couple of other therapists, excuse me, or practitioners. And I found so much therapeutic value in bodywork that I hadn't before. I kind of just chalked it up to people are rubbing muscles, and they're just rubbing sore muscles, and they make you feel better. And you walk out feeling light, and then you go back to your life, and it really doesn't have a deeper value than that. And then when I started receiving it regularly, when I started really feeling my body change and my nervous system respond, and then I was just hooked. And I thought, I want to do this. And life had created an opportunity for me to pivot in my career and change my path a little bit. And so I thought it was kind of divine timing where all these things kind of came together, and I was so excited. So I signed up, and it ended up being at the time that I had really decided I was going to pursue massage. The timing couldn't have been perfect or more perfect. I filled out the application for a local massage school here in Bellingham. And it happened to be during the time in which they're accepting applications. So then I was approved within 2 months, and it was like, oh my gosh, it's happening. I'm going to be a massage therapist. And I was more or less approaching massage as a stepping stone to craniosacral therapy. That was something that I was really drawn to and fascinated by. And during my time in massage school, after learning about the physiology of it and, how our body reacts in so many ways to touch, and how simply offering a safe place for somebody to be vulnerable and relax and be nurtured and cared for, and what that does in their life. Not just on the macro scale of I feel better and I'm less stressed, but on the micro scale and the physiology of it, I just fell in love. And I thought, I'm just going to relish in this for a while and enjoy where massage takes me. And then we had our section on prenatal massage, and there's something for me very special about that time. I think it is very much, we all experience various rites of passages or times where we really come through a veil and transition into a completely different chapter in our life. But pregnancy and childbirth are just, it's like a human being becomes the portal to the spiritual realm, and a person with a soul comes out of another body, and then they're alive and they're a functioning human, and they grow and evolve and do all these wonderful things that humans do. And I just really want to be a part of that. I love supporting women in that transition and just reassuring them. And as women learn how to nurture and care for their child and all the sacrifices that one makes during that time, reminding and reassuring women that it's okay to take a break. And I really want to destigmatize postpartum time. And there's all these expectations of women, and, you need to show up and you need to be put together. And, are you going back to work, or make sure you have somewhere where baby can be when you go to your appointments, because no one wants a crying baby, or that's uncomfortable for us. And so I just really love that I've been able to kind of situate my private practice where postpartum massage, I completely have the invitation of baby is able to come. I have my scheduling set around where I've got an hour on either side of those appointments. So if mommy needs to feed, she can do breastfeeding. I can step out. We've got flexibility. She can rock baby, and baby can come sleep, and things like that. And I think that humanizing that season, and removing as much stress as possible, external stress as possible on a mother, as she's just learning about this new baby, learning about herself as a mother, learning about what her boundaries are, and things like that. I just really feel called to provide a place that's safe and flexible, so that women can go through that and maybe feel just a little bit better about it.
Oh my gosh, you make me want to have a baby again. No, not We were this close. Oh man. Okay. So clearly your ideal client is prenatal, postnatal. That's what I'm feeling you say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Definitely. Let's see. What other than prenatal, postnatal, who's the perfect client for you? So what's the mindset of your perfect client?
Mindset of my perfect client. Oh, um, without trying to rule anyone out.
Don't want to do that. No.
No, yeah, I offer my hands to anyone and everyone. But my ideal perfect client, their mindset would be, how do I reach my body and my mind's highest potential, and not in an achievement mindset, but in how can I best serve my body as it serves me every day? It takes me all these places. It allows me to experience all these things, these feelings and taste and sight and touch. And we often take it for granted. And so my ideal client would be someone who is really shifting, whether that's a new shift or it's been something, a path that they've really well established, but somebody that's on their health and wellness journey that wants to commit to serving their body and, really, um, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And their
giving,
mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
giving back to the body and the mind that moves the spirit. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes, precisely. Thank you.
That's beautiful. I'm gonna write that down and quote you. Oh, never mind. I've got it on recording. Oh man. Okay. So the last question I always ask our student of the month is what would you what would you say to a current massage student?
Oh, like they're going through their first program ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They're in the thick of it and they're wondering why they signed up for this thing.
Hang
What
in,
would you tell them?
hang in there. And because, I don't know if this was just me. I did not expect my massage program to be as intense.
It
And
is
with,
not just you.
yeah,
Taught the basic program for many years, and it is not just you. It slaps
no,
everybody in the face.
you learn a whole nother language, medical terminology. You learn kinesiology, anatomy, physiology, ethics, all these things in such a short period of time. So my word of advice would be, one, don't give up. You need to cry it out, but don't give up. Try to absorb as much information as you possibly can, saturate as much as you can. There's always opportunities for continuing education, although there's something very special about your first introduction. And so take it as much as you can, but also give yourself grace, and be kind to yourself during that period. And be authentic. People will love you. The right clients will come to you. They'll gravitate towards you, and be whatever therapist you feel be called to.
That's beautiful. That's good. That's good advice for sure. For sure. So before we close, remind me, where do I find you? If I feel like I'm your perfect client, where do I find you?
So I have a few different locations. I have a Facebook page and I have an Instagram profile. And it would be facebook.com/Awen Bodywork, AWEN Bodywork. And then Instagram handle is at Awen, AWEN Bodywork. And then I have a website, and that's where you can book online, or receive contact information or gain contact information if you have any questions. And that is www.awenbodywork.com.
Easy enough. I'm gonna add all those links to the video. So anybody that is looking forward to working with you can find you. So I'm just so thankful that you were a student of ours and hopefully a student in the future. And yeah, you're part of the
I want
community.
lymphatic facilitation.
Oh, I know that lymphatic series has been fantastic. And yeah, And every time, of course, Amy's the lead on that. I've contributed a few things here and there, but that's her baby. And I've taken that class and TA'd for her so many times, and I learn new things every single time we do the series. So, and that's what it's about, you know? Yeah. So now that you're part of the community, you're plugged into the Emerald Bodywork community, you stay with us, you know, that's the hope, that's the idea. So yeah, thanks again for your time today, and just sharing your passion. This is what it's all about, is us talking about why we do this thing and encouraging other therapists to keep moving forward and doing what we're here to do.
Yeah.
So, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity.
You have a great one.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, Christina.